Hello and thank you for joining me. Today's video is about toilets and primarily aimed at toilet facilities in your basement, safe room or area designated to be safer in the event of a nuclear disaster. Stay tuned. We'll assume that it's a worst case scenario. There's been a nuclear detonation and you're in your basement, safe room or safer area. One of the considerations you're going to need is obviously sanitation, is going to the toilet. You are potentially going to be in a confined area and normal bodily functions have got to continue. So, in no particular order, we will do the toilet itself at the end. I'll just go through some of the other bits that I've actually got as part of our nuke preps that hopefully will stay in a storage box forever and ever. But we're living in troubled times and it's something we need to consider. If you're one of these that thinks it's unsurvivable, then go and watch something else, yeah? But for those that want to attempt to survive, then please carry on watching. Wipes. Now these are not your normal wet wipes. These are made for the health industry. You can buy them, it's not a problem getting hold of them, and they are for doing bed baths. So they're bigger than a normal wet wipe. They are suitable for use on all parts of your body. They're non-allergenic. They won't, dry your skin out or cause itchiness. They're the things that hospitals be using and care homes are using, as I say, to clean people when it's not always feasible for them to have a bath or shower. Now, in the event of a major disaster, the chances are that the sewage is gone, yeah, the water pipes are likely to be ruptured, sewage pipes ruptured, whatever, or it's just not safe to go into your normal loo. In the UK, the majority of properties, the toilets upstairs, which is absolutely the last place you want to go, especially within the first few days of a nuclear detonation, because you're that much closer to the roof and you're more likely to land up like a ding mill stuck in a microwave for too long. So, wet wipes. Not really for wiping your bottom with, and I'll explain that. From my point of view, I've gone with normal toilet paper, yeah, to wipe your bottom, then perhaps to clean yourself up after, and especially your hands. Water's not going to be that readily available, and if you have got, obviously you'll have water, but the stocked water that you've got is going to be for drinking, yeah, but you do need to keep your hands clean, because obviously if you land up touching your mouth after you've wiped your bum and you've not cleaned your hands, you're going to go down fast with something nasty. So these are for wiping your bottom after you've wiped with toilet paper, and then to clean your hands. And as I say, these are for bed baths, they're from the healthcare sector, they're not just the silly little wet wipes that you would normally have. So I'd recommend a packet of those. Hand sanitizer, this is just a pocket bottle. Obviously you would have a larger bottle available, pretty much for the same thing. I wouldn't want to slap this around my bum or any other parts of my body other than my hands, but it should be noted that hand sanitizer doesn't work killing germs if your hands are dirty, yeah, because the dirt on your hands can shield the bacteria or viruses and prevent the sanitizer working. So again, it's the wet wipe, and then if you really need to or you want to, a quick squirt of hand sanitizer. I've not gone into liquid soaps or anything like that, again because it's going to need water, and water is going to be preserved primarily for drinking or possibly cooking, but again that's another video. Nitrile gloves, just because at some point you're going to have to tidy up, and again you want to keep yourself as clean as possible. So nitrile gloves, it's up to you. You might decide that you're going to put a pair of gloves on when you wipe your bum. Then your hands are going to stay clean, aren't they? But nitrile gloves. Gel air fresheners. If you're in a confined area, it's going to get a bit smelly. You can obviously have aerosol based air fresheners. The reason I've gone to gel is I'm not particularly keen on aerosols being sprayed, especially in a confined space. It gets down my throat, gets up my nose, and perhaps you might have breathing difficulties or asthma if you've got young kids. Yeah, and let's face it, a fairly small area with aerosol being sprayed about, it's going to smell like a 13-year-old's bedroom when he's going out on a date. It's going to be minging. So a gel air fresheners, just to try and neutralise some of the odours that's likely to be in your safe area. A bag of cat litter. I don't think it will matter what brand. That was, to be fair, one of the cheapest brands that I could get on Amazon. We don't have a cat, it is purely for part of the nuke preps. When you've had a poop, then a handful of cat litter over the top will help mask the odours and make it a little bit more manageable. What I would include with that is perhaps a small plastic cup with a handle, and you'll use that just to literally get a cupful of cat litter to sprinkle it over to save using your hands. That's up to you. A set of plastic funnels, mainly if you're going to be transferring urine from one container to another. Last thing you want to do is spill it over the floor, over your bedding or whatever. Yeah, so just a funnel to help decant waste liquids from one container to another. Whilst we're talking about wee, this is primarily for the gentleman. I suppose if you're a female or a woman, you can probably do it, but it's probably not the easiest way to go. A bottle suitably marked for pee. Whilst we have got a toilet that we will touch on at the end, if I need to go for a wee, then I'll be peeing in this bottle. I've marked it up pee so no one thinks it's apple juice. And it just saves using the toilet, the good lady. Obviously if you need to go for a number 2, then I'll have to use the lady, because the lady. If I need to go for a number 2, I need to use a toilet. I'm not that clever, I'm not going to be able to drop the kids off in a bottle. But anyway, this bottle, it was a fabric conditioner in the UK. Yeah, it's what you put in your washing machine, make your clothes feel soft and smell nice. What I like about it is a 3 litre capacity, so you should get quite a few peas in there. It's got a nice handle so it can be held at an angle. Obviously it's watertight, but it's got a big neck opening. So yeah, get over all the jokes now, but trust me, trying to have a tiddle in a bottle with a little neck opener is going to be drama. This makes it much easier. Because of the way you can hold it and the shape of it, you could pee in here quite comfortably laying down, or on your side. Hasn't got to be part of your nuke toilet. Perhaps you could keep one in the car for if you get caught short. But it's free. As I say, it's an empty washing conditioner bottle. The idea would be that I would use this, and then as it gets full, decant using a funnel into a larger container, and it would probably be one of our drinking containers. As you drink the water and the container becomes empty, mark it up, and then pee will get decanted into that. Or you could have a smaller water carrier, and use that for pee. But for going, from my point of view, it's going to be that. There is some other goodies. There are some big nappy sacks. Now, these are sold as incontinence bags. So again, it's from the healthcare sector. It's for adults that are incontinent. So it's a nappy sack for adults. It's much bigger than the nappy sack you'd pick up your dog poo with or put your baby's nappy in. Yeah, so they are quite handy. They're not expensive. There's 100 here. Probably wouldn't use these for going a loo in, but they are ideal to put soiled toilet paper, or if you have females in your family and they have female hygiene products, they can go into the bag. It can be tied off, and again that will restrict odour. What I haven't got on here to show that I would recommend is a small plastic bin, much the same type you'd have in your kitchen. Hasn't got to be massive, with a lid, and then these are tied off with the dirty toilet paper in, use sanitary products, etc., and then dropped into your kitchen bin, and that way you can then bag it all up and then start again. It just keeps it out of the way and will restrict odours. This stuff, a little bit expensive, mainly because it's been targeted for carp fishermen, those that have to go fishing looking like members of the SAS in all their DPMs and then camp there all night and wait for a buzzer to tell them there's a fish interested. Just having a little joke. But it's aimed at fishing, so it's probably expensive. Unfortunately, it doesn't say what the active ingredient is, which is a bit of a bummer. But basically it's a powder. This bag contains 1 kilogram of powder, and what it does is 10 grams of the powder in here will make 1 litre of urine into a manageable gel. So it's just easier to deal with. The only thing I've got yet to do, I've not opened, it's got a shelf life for 5 years if it's not opened, is to find a container that I can measure 10 grams from, if that makes sense. Because the idea would be is when we use the actual toilet, you would, if I have a wee, then it's going in a pee bottle, so I'm not fussed about it. Yeah, if the good lady's going to go for a pee, should be using the toilet, then a 10 gram scoop of this on top will make that liquid turn into a gel, and then again it will control the odour a little bit and make it more manageable to dispose of. So, but as I say, I'm not sure what the active ingredient is. I spoke to the good lady, she works in a hospital. They have this sort of stuff in hospitals for the same purpose, so if I can, I'll get her to give me the name of the product. It might be more easily available then, other than Bivilou absorbent powder. But there you go. Then we have another bag of wet wipes as such. This is Dettol antibacterial cleaning surface wipes. It kills 99% of bacteria and viruses. There's a list on the back. It does, you know, E. coli, loads of nasties. I wouldn't want to be wiping my body with this, so please don't get this mistaken with the wet wipes that I showed for wiping your body. Its primary use is for wiping down and cleaning the insides of fridges, chopping boards, microwave ovens, toilet seats, etc. And that's what it's for. It will be to keep the toilet seat on the loo clean, because again, you know, if there's a little bit of an accident, you can land up getting that on yourself without realising, and it can obviously create more dramas than you're already dealing with. So they are purely for cleaning the toilet seat. Okay, now what I'm going to have to do is to stop this video, reposition the Tazi, and then show you its features. Stay with me. This is the toilet that I purchased. It's available on Amazon. It was around £30. You can get them a little bit cheaper at about 25 quid, and some companies charging more at around 40 quid. Now you can do the bucket with a bit of pipe insulation around the top for cheaper, but this is an actual toilet. The problem with the bucket with the bit of pipe lagging or the pool noodle around the top is you've got to take that off to put the lid on, and it's faffing about, or you've got to leave it open, which, you know, to me it's just not worth it. For the sake of this, it's done. It is a normal toilet. So it has a toilet cover. It comes with a toilet paper holder, which I thought was quite funny because at the end of the day it's quite low. I mean, it's fairly comfortable to sit on. I've not used it in anger. I've sat on it. But it has a little bracket. So you slide your toilet roll through that. And the carry handles, there's one on either side. So if you're left or right handed, it just clips on there and your toilet paper hangs there. So you've got your toilet seat cover. You've got your toilet seat. Then you've got a cover for the contents. And then the inside of it is a bucket. There is a little notch just there to enable pouring. And there is a handle, a carry handle, that comes up much the same as a bucket does, so you can carry it. However, what I've done is I've actually lined it with a bag. Now these are rubble sacks. So they're a very heavy duty polythene bag for using building rubble. Because the last thing you want to do is use a thin bag, get a hole in it and land up with pure poo down your leg. They're 40 litre capacity. So that's them here. I think there's 60 bags here, I can't remember. They're not silly money. But the idea is that that's lined and then you would drop the seat, sit on it and do your business. Then when you're finished doing your business, if it was just a tiddle, then 10 grams of the the wee powder that makes it into a gel, or if you've done number 2s and launched your nuclear deterrent, then a cupful of kitty litter just sprinkled over the top. And then what you do is you put that lid back on there and that will keep the smell in there, and then you can just fold it all up. And that is pretty much it. They're the items that I've got should the worst happen. If you think that anything can be improved on, I would welcome your comments. If you found this video to be of any use, then please do consider subscribing. It does encourage me to, put more videos up. And of course, if you liked it, hit the like button. Thank you very much. Stay safe and let's hope they're never used. Thank you.